measuring for pallet rack guard netting is important to ensure that you have the correct fit so it can be installed in such a way to protect your employees and prevent product falls. Tools needed: any company required personal protective equipment and a measuring tape. Determine the height of coverage you need. Measure the entire length of the row. Measure the length of a bay, inside post to inside post. Verify the width of every bay in the row, as beam lengths may vary in multiple bay configurations. Knowing the exact row layout is crucial in making sure the netting provides proper coverage for the rack. Measure the width of the uprights. Because rack netting typically covers multiple bays, the uprights must be accounted for in the length of the nets. Determine the type of installation. Will your pallets overhang the back of the rack by 3 or more inches? If no, you can use a flush mount installation where the nets are attached directly to the rack with supplied heavy-duty tie wraps. If yes, you will need an offset installation framework that will allow the net to be mounted away from the back of your rack. Decide which netting style is appropriate for your application based on the heaviest item the mesh will be expected to retain. Smaller mesh options are available where individual product or small box retention is required. Nets are generally supplied in sections no longer than 40 to 50 feet to minimize unsupported spans and provide proper product retention. Carron's staff is here to answer questions regarding netting selection and sizing for proper fit and installation, whether you're inexperienced or a seasoned pro. Flush-mounted installation of pallet rack guard netting. This is the typical installation used in cases where pallet overhang does not exceed 3 inches. Tools needed: scissors and any company-required personal protective equipment. Lay out the nets and supplied heavy-duty tie wraps to be used in the installation. Ensure that all nets are present prior to beginning the installation. When installing a net, always begin at the top of an outside rack upright. Position the vertical edge of the net at the center of the upright face. Attach the rope border of the net to the rack with the provided tie wraps. Attach the opposite top corner to the other end of the span. Fully tighten each tie and clip off the tail about 1 inch from the clasp. Next, attach the bottom corners on both sides. Attach the center of the net's top rope binding. Then do the same with the bottom and sides of the net. Place another tie wrap halfway between the midpoint and corner on each side. Continue halving the distance until the net is attached to the rack every 12 inches along all 4 sides of the net. Repeat for each netting panel until the rack is covered in netting as designed.